we just tasted is literally just the tip of the lollipop of the next bull market. Absolutely insane. So I think everyone at this point knows that the ETF approval was either one, complete baloney just made up, or two, like a little leak that will come out as being true eventually. Either way, I think that is ultimately, obviously an ETF approval, but absolutely insane that also we've heard for like weeks, months, and months that the Bitcoin spot ETF is already priced in, everything like that. One, really, I tweeted this earlier, I think it kind of gives us confirmation that it's not. That obviously this market will pump huge, and it's so obvious that it's crazy to me that there are literally going to be people watching this that don't agree with that. I think most people do agree with it, especially now, but it's just crazy to me that there's still people out there that believe that we won't completely get pumped on. So that's crazy. But two, you can look at this and kind of be bearish about, okay, we got a little diddled a little bit, and we didn't actually get an ETF approval, even though everyone got excited for like 15 minutes. Oh, this is negative. This does this or that. Or you can look at it the other way and think, yes, one, it's coming, obvious, right, to most people. In fact, there was even something I just read a couple minutes ago that literally the only person in the way of a spot ETF approval is Gary Gensler, whereas like even the people he's working with don't agree with him. All of this. I mean, again, guys, it's a matter of time. But two, if this is how the price moves when we get again diddled for 15 minutes of a potential spot ETF approval, I mean, imagine one, once it actually happens, and two, once it starts being utilized and Bitcoin starts getting bought up, because it has to be for a Bitcoin spot ETF, because it's backed by actual Bitcoin. So I look at this as a very positive thing. I look at it, again, as a very little taste of what's to come. And I think that regardless, the price has been trending in a direction where it looks more so like a price breakout to the upside is more likely than another dump. Okay, because again, the biggest thing is that for like the past 2 years, people have been conditioned to only know getting dumped on, to think we can only get dumped on. And that mindset is dangerous, just like the mindset that we can only get pumped on in a bull market is also dangerous. We saw 2 years ago, if you were insanely bullish only, you have to pay the price, right? We get dumped on. And then, history doesn't repeat itself exactly, but then, every 2 years, those narratives flip and they flop. And here we are, basically 2 years since that started. And if you're still trapped in the mindset of, well, Bitcoin will never pump again, 15K is coming, 10K is coming, 3K is coming. I mean, I've seen that all before. Many of you, I think, have seen it all before, too. We don't have to talk about it, but obviously there were people when Bitcoin was at 3K, we were going to like 150K, stuff like that. And then we went up to 69K. Nice. So really, I think this news is big. I think it's, I think there's a lot of positive things about this because one, the biggest thing, it's more tangible, is that we actually see price can appreciate much higher on a Bitcoin spot ETF news. Not even the actual fundamental, acquisition of a spot Bitcoin ETF actually requiring Bitcoin, which is like a fundamental reason why it will pump. But the news part of it is more just hype, and that also will make it pump. So really the narrative that ultimately I think the biggest thing today, really the only thing today, besides the fact I think Cointelegraph, I think were the people that reported it initially that maybe they don't have great credibility. Besides those two things, really the only two things we learned today, maybe Cointelegraph isn't super reliable, and two, Bitcoin will pump when a Bitcoin spot ETF is approved. I think those are, well, the Cointelegraph thing is irrelevant, right? I mean, who cares? If they have bad reporting, probably. I mean, I don't know. A lot of places misreport things and have fake news, but really the only thing so far that has come out today that means anything, that has any significance, is the fact that the narrative, Bitcoin, is already priced in terms of a spot ETF approval. It's complete baloney, and we can expect a lot, I think, especially as we head into the most bullish part of the year. November and December, whereas previously the previous 3 months are historically like the worst 3 months. And if we couldn't even really go below 25K during all of that, I don't know, I find it very hard to be really bearish on this market right now.